Welcome back to this channel. In our today's class, we are going to learn how to format our project, how we can arrange our page number accordingly. Recall, for every project, the first two cover pages are not with numbers. Then the third page, which is the preliminary pages, come with number, but Roman figure I, and the likes. While the chapter 1 starts with normal number 1, 2, 3 till maybe if the project is up to 8 pages, then the number will continue to the last page. Okay, let's dive into Microsoft Word and see how we can start that process. I'll click on Start. I'll locate my Microsoft Word, which is already here, or I can go to my All Program. Then I will equally scroll down to look for my Microsoft Word. Preferably, you can type W, where you have the search for apps, settings, and documents. I have my Microsoft Word here. I'll click on it, then I'll wait for it to load. I will start with a blank. Let's just do the practicals with a blank document. Then I'll now insert a proper work where we can format the page number. Let me start with the blank. In this blank document, we have only one page. Don't forget, we call this bar the status bar. So when I press my Control key plus Enter key, Control plus Enter, I have my second page. That's page 2 of 2. Let me assume that I have up to 10 pages. Control plus Enter for the third page, Control plus Enter for the fourth page, Control Enter, 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 Enter. What I've succeeded in doing is I've just entered and created up to 10 pages of this document. So I have 10 pages, page 1 of 10. I'm going to scroll down to the first page. I scroll up to the first page. I'm going to scroll up to the first page. On the first page, we have this now. Now, how do I insert my page numbering? How do I insert my page number? To insert your page number, you will leave the Home tab. In our previous class, we explained the content of Microsoft or the features. So we have the Home tab, we have the Insert tab. So we'll click on the Insert tab. On the Insert tab, below it we have the various grouping. We have the Pages group, Tables group, Illustration, Media, Links, Comment, Header, and Footer. Now the header of every document represents the top layer of the document, while the footer represents the bottom, the base of the document. So when I scroll down, this base here is the footer. So the header is the top layer of the document, while the footer is down. So for our page numbering here, which is what we are doing today, I'll click on the arrow pointing down. Now we have page number, top of page, bottom of page, page margin, current position, format page number, remove page number. We're going to explore them with time. So let's assume for our top of page, if you click on the arrow pointing that direction toward the right direction, you have a sub menu. On this sub menu, you can make your choice. Do you want your numbering to be at the left hand side, at the left margin? You want your numbering to be at the center, or you want your numbering to be at the right hand side? We also have various styles. But preferably, oftentimes we like centering our number. We like placing our page number at the center. So I'll click on this from the bottom. Okay, the center. So when I click here, you notice that my page numbering is at the top center. So this is the position of it now. If you look at your tabs, you have a contextual tab carrying header and footer. So our header is what we're using now, and the numbering is at the top. So let's go back to the insert option again. Let's use the number page option here, where we can equally effect a change. We can come over here and say remove page number. If I click on remove page number, of course, the document will not have that page. But preferably, let us select the bottom of page. Then let's place the page numbering at the center of the bottom. So this is the bottom of the page, which is the footer. So initially I told that they have header and we have footer. So this is the footer and the page numbering is at the center. If we scroll down gradually, you will notice that you have your page number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is number 3 page, the third page. So we have all the pages from 1 to the last is numbered. So that's how we can apply our page number. But when it comes to project, there's a little twist on it, because the first page of our project, there is no page number. While the second page of the project too, where we have the cover pages, there is no number. While the third page of the project will have a number, but it will be a Roman figure, that's I. So we're going to learn how to effect that correction or effect that change in our project. I'm going to launch a project work on the platform. Let's see how we can use that project work to format and have that preferred standard for project. So I'll go back to my file. I'll open Learn Page Numbering in MS Word. I'm going to click on it. The document is going to open. If you look at this document closely, please, you can ignore the write-up just for practice. If you look at this document closely, the first page here under the bottom, which is like, yes, the footer has no page numbering. Even the heading, the top, has no page numbering. If you scroll down gradually, you'll notice that there's no page numbering in this document. Now, if you look at your status bar, you have page 2 of 45. That means the entire document has 45 pages and none of the pages is numbered. So we're going to number this page considering the standard of numbering. The first 2 pages will not have any page number, while the third page, where the preliminary page starts, will have a number called I. So the certification will have an I at the bottom. It will have an I at the bottom here. So let's start to see how let's format this document to see how we can effect that. The first thing you must do for you to effect that change, but let's add number, let's apply page number to all the documents. Let's start with this. Let's go to insert as usual. Let's go to page number. Then let's go to bottom of page. Then let us center the number. Let the number be at the center of the bottom of the page. Of course, bottom is the footer. Remember I told about the header and the footer. When you click on it, you will notice that there is numbering from page 1 till the last. I'll just drag down to the last page, so 45. There's numbering from page 1 to 45. So this page is 43. So as I scroll up, I notice that from page 1 to the last has its own page number. So what are we going to do now? We're going to remove page numbering from this page. We're also going to remove page numbering from the second page. Then the third page now, we're going to have page numbering, but it will start with Roman figure I here. So let's see how we can format that. The first thing we will do, we'll click on the body of the document twice, double click 1, 2 at any point there. You now have the intersection point on the name there. So I will scroll down gradually to where I have the last word here, management. So I'll click there. I have my intersection point blinking. The first thing we want to do, we want to separate the pages. We want to break pages. We want to learn how to break the pages. So how do I break my page? How do I break my page to separate it from the second one? So I'll click on layout. On the layout, of course, these are the tabs. On the layout tab, I have my page setup group. This is my page setup group. We have the paragraph group. We have the align, arrange group, page setup group, paragraph group, arrange group. So under the page setup group, I'll click on breaks. So here I have the page break. Page break, we have The different style we have: mark the point at which one page ends and the next page begin. But I'm not going to use this now, this page break here. I'm going to use section break, next page. So when I click on section break, I'm going to click on it now. Don't forget, we're using the next page, not the page. We're using the next page. When I click on next page, what Microsoft Word does is that it separates the first page from the second page. So I can now, of course, touch my delete key, so I have that word down. So what I just did was just to break the page. Don't forget the option I used. I was on the first page, the last word on the first page, and I use next page. When I use next page, what I will do here now, I will now come back to my page now, double click there twice, 1, 2. When I double click there twice, I'll now have my header and footer. Header and footer. I'll now say different first page. That means I don't want number to be on the first page. I'll click on it once. So my number 1 is off from the first page. My number 1 is off from the first page. So 1 is off from this first page. So now this is my second page now. On my second page, I'll scroll down. When I scroll down gradually to where I have the bottom, where I have my page number, you have number 2. So what will I do here? I'm going to break the page again to join number 3. I'll click just behind the management, the full stop there, and now go back to my layout, break. Then the same thing I did for the first one, I'll now do page break. When I click on my page break, it will split to page 3. So I'll now backspace until where I have the next write-up showing there. So I'll now come back to the text on page 2, double click twice there to activate the header and footer. I'll double click twice there and I have my header and footer. I'll do the same thing again, different first page. I'll click on different first page. You get the same step I took in the first one, the same step I'm taking on the second one. So when I do that, I click inside my document twice again, 1, 2 to deactivate the header and footer. I'll now scroll down. When I scroll down, my certification now, let's check the page numbering here. It has page number 3. Page number 3. So I want this page number 3 to start with Roman figure I. Don't forget, my first page I breaked and different first page. So my first 2 pages now, they don't have page numbering. My first 2 pages, there's no page numbering there. My third page, which is the certification, the preliminary pages now, has page number 3. So I want to deactivate it. I want to deactivate it now. And I want to start this number from I. So what do I do now? I will double click on it twice, 1, 2. Then I'll now go to my page number. Page number, I will select the format page number. I'll click on it. Here is where we are going to do the settings for Roman figure. So the first 2 pages, I've removed the page numbering completely. The third page now is where I want to effect my Roman figure. So number format, I'll click there. I'll select my Roman figure I. I will tell it, please start with I. Start with I. So Roman figure this, and I'll click on OK. When I click on OK, you will notice that my page 3 has I. My page 3 has I. So let's look at page 4. Let's scroll down to page 4. Has I. So my Roman figure is effected on the preliminary pages. So now, but here is the changer now. This Roman figure is applicable to the entire work, which is not what I want. My chapter 1 should be number 1, not Roman figure. So this chapter 1 now. So the Roman figure stops at 7, VII. So my chapter 1 should start with number 1, not VII. So I'm going to format this also. But before I format this VIII, which is in chapter 1, what I will need to do, I will have to break the page, break to next page. And how do I break to next page? I'll come to the last word under my abstract. I'll come to the last word. Don't forget, this is page VII. I'll click in there. I'll now go to my layout. On my layout, I have my break. So the main bulk of the work is on the break, page break. Now select now next page. So I'm breaking into the next page. When I click there once, it breaks into the next page. I will touch my delete key until I have my chapter 1. What I've simply done, I've separated the Roman figure I to VII from the chapter 1. So now I'll come to where I have my chapter 1. I still have my VI. Okay, now it has broken in now, but here I'm having I, which is not what I want. I want number 1. So I'll double click inside here twice, 1, 2. From here, I'll now select my page number. I'll select my format page number. Then I'll change numbering style to 1. Then I'll say please start from 1. I'll click on OK. So what the computer, what it does for me is that it has my chapter 1 now. Chapter 1 now has number 1 till, let's scroll down to the last page now, till 36. So this is my project that was 45 before. Since I've been able to format it now, the first 2 pages now does not have page numbering. The third page, which is the certification, has I to where we have the abstract VII. Then the chapter 1 starts with number 1 till 36. So this is how to format a page numbering for our project. This is how to format a page numbering for every project. So this is my project now. There is no page numbering from 1 and 2. Then page number 3 has the I. Page number 4 has the II. Page number, let me reduce the zoom level so we can see most of this now. So when we scroll down, don't forget the aim. The aim was for us to remove page numbering from the first 2 pages. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. And if you want me to I there, then your chapter 1 starts with an I, with 1. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. If you want me to do any video regarding Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, or the likes, you can equally drop it there on the comment section. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to share.